What is going on, everybody? I am Johnny Martinez, and you are plugged in to the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up and where we discuss and highlight ordinary people doing extraordinary things. I'm here. It's Tuesday. We're live in New Braunfels, Texas. The weather is fresh, and I am feeling pretty freaking good, man. J-Rock, what is going on, my friend?
What is up, my brother? Hey, man, I'm trying to get everything situated over
All right, so J-Rock is getting everything
I'm ready
situated.
for you.
So I'm going to speak to J-Rock. Hey, we went out last night. We had a pretty good time for St. Patty's Day. I wore some green and had a green beer, and life is pretty good. And life is going to get better after I have this discussion with these two gentlemen that I have on today.
Yeah.
So without going too much into them immediately, I want to talk about some of the things that we're going to discuss today. So as most of you know, when you're growing up, we might have had cell phones, we might not have had cell phones, but technology has been abundant in today's media, in today's day and age, life. Everything revolves around technology. So I know when I was growing up, I might kind of date myself a little bit. Well, I remember when the car phone first came out, we were like, holy cow, what is this? Where you can communicate in your car. You had the big thing that you, with the big cord and all that, and home phones have definitely increased with their technology as well. And J-Rock, I know you remember the old rotary phones. Man, dial up on your internet, all that. So there's been a
Is the rotary the one where like it's circled? Where you have to,
the circle. J-Rock, you were probably in diapers when we were using the rotary phone.
I remember having a toy like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
J-Rock, do you remember the long extension cord or the long cord that we had on where you can take the phone into the kitchen and you could take it into the bathroom and all that? The cord was like 30 feet long.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
And
funny, man.
and do you remember, J-Rock, when we got our first cellular phone?
Heck yeah.
And the text technology, that kind of took off. We were like, man, what is T9 text? What is that?
You remember whenever you were on the phone, and then of course you had the landline, so somebody else picked up the phone so they can hear you and all that.
Yeah, when I was on AOL, going on those in the AOL chat rooms or whatever, and then if somebody picked up the phone, your whole internet connection would cut off. That was horrible, man.
Oh yeah, man.
And so as we progressed, their phones increased in everything that you can do with it. Flip phones, pagers, all that kind of stuff has been left in the dust, man. VCRs, all that stuff is old. So the two guests that I have today, I mean, they are giants in the telecommunications industry. They use AI. So artificial intelligence today is huge. If you're not on the AI kick, you need to get on it because AI is taking over. We got robots now. We got so many things. We got Elon Musk going into space today or coming back from space to get the astronauts. So much technology is around us, and social media is another technology, and it's a way to communicate. So back in the day, and I can't even remember, you had to be home in order to receive a phone call. But today, we receive phone calls all the time, and we can communicate.
On glasses,
things like that. So without further ado, I'm going to kind of get into this a little bit. So we got two giants in the technology game and the telecommunications game. The CEO and founder, his name is Bill Gray. I have him here. And I have the director of sales, Eric Garcia, is here. So these two individuals are not only my friends, but they know a lot of stuff about AI, about technology, about school safety. We're going to get into that as well. How school shootings and school mishaps can be minimized. Because I have two daughters, and I know a lot of friends of mine that have children. Even if you don't have children, children are our future, just like the song, right? But it is a fact that we need to minimize these mishaps and these incidents in the schools, and you guys are pioneers. So without further ado, Bill Gray and Eric Garcia, what's up, gentlemen?
hello.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for inviting me here. So this is more of a passion than anything for me. I've been in this industry now for 25 years. I kid people and tell them it's Al Gore and I that invented the internet. That ages me right there. But we were actually one of the very first to have internet connection, the slowest speed you could have in a dial-up. From there to where we are today is quite a trip. It's quite a pathway to get to where communications has gone since then.
Right.
And particularly now when you add AI into it. So AI took it to the next level. We are a 5G company. We develop 5G networks. 5G, in fact, I think it's even possible that before 5G was really announced, we were doing it. We'd actually built some interesting technology. It's called small cell technology.
Okay.
And small cells is what takes you into the ability to deliver a 5G network. So we're really right there in the middle of the core of this.
Yeah. I remember when 5G first came out, people were reluctant. They were scared because they said, "Oh, it's going to bring down airplanes." Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
It's gonna hurt our communications and all this because we never
Interference.
interference,
Yeah.
and none of that stuff is true.
No.
So, are we working on something above 5G right now?
Yes. So 5G is really about speed,
Okay.
and it's about latency, which is the speed that it takes from you to get a signal from a tower to your phone. And so now what's happening is, and you're hearing more and more about driverless cars, gunshot detection, public safety, grid management, all of those are going to take, and you also see that all grouped into one definition called IoT, Internet of Things. That's where 6G starts to come in. 6G is the ability now to shorten the latency so that in a driverless car, you don't end up in a wreck.
Okay. Right.
Because it shortens the distance between communication.
Right. So the driverless cars, that's a scary thing for some people. Because what if the technology
Misses a beat.
or has a glitch?
Glitch.
Right?
There went a wreck.
Yeah. So I don't know how the insurance would work for that. I mean, that's a whole nother podcast, Bill.
Yes.
But you guys are working on that kind of stuff.
Well, our focus really right now is public safety.
Okay.
And we've actually focused on public safety within school districts.
Okay.
And so we recently won a very powerful, what's called a request for proposal. And it was done by TechShare here in Texas, one of the biggest organizations that actually houses members that are school districts, cities, counties, transportation authorities, all of that needs gunshot detection, public safety today. That's our core right there.
Okay. So we are tired of hearing about guns in schools. I remember growing up, we didn't have that issue. And then as I remember I was in the Air Force and I heard about Columbine. I think that was 1997, 98, somewhere in there.
Yep.
That was a horrific event. And it shook the world, shook the nation.
Sure did.
And we didn't have any real technology back then on anything. We didn't have a lot of emphasis on school safety. We did, but not the way it should have been, right?
It was the first wake-up call.
Right. And it's hard for me to say this, but I think we kind of needed that wake-up call.
Oh.
We need to understand what is going on because today's population, there's so many things going on. There's so many influences, and people are angry and all, and they want to get revenge, and there's just so much negativity in the world. Bill and Eric, individuals like you are making it your obligation to help the communities.
We call it a mission.
Yeah, it is a mission.
Yeah.
It's a calling.
Very, very much of a calling. There's no doubt it is a calling. And I will tell you that a part of what you just described there comes into the educational side of our students as well. And so now here we are. We spend the most per capita on a student than anybody in the world. We're the lowest in education as far as what they learn.
Right.
And so part of the technology that we have, which is very exciting to me, is that we also, in our AI technology, we have another product. We call it LTN technology.
Okay.
And what that does is actually allow us to have distant learning with somebody else in school. We can actually bring a higher level of education to someone that is on the other side of the tracks, for instance, and they don't have the great benefits of the fancy schools.
Right.
We can bring that fancy school with all that higher education to their home.
Wow.
And so that's the private LTE side of what
Right.
we do. So not only do we bring the gunshot detection, the public safety on the streets, all the way to the home, we bring education to the home.
That's amazing. So let's talk about this gunshot element here. I don't know what the inner workings are, but you got a lot of smart people on your staff. You have to really understand the AI elements, and you have to understand a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
Right. And you got smart people like Eric on your team, and I've seen some of your staff, and they're very advanced in education
Right.
and passion
Right.
for protecting and all these things. So I love that. So kudos to you for gathering this team together.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the gunshot prevention.
Okay.
How does that work in layman's terms for the audience members that like, how does that work?
Right. So gunshot detection today is coming in two different fashions, sound and sight. That's
Okay.
primarily where you're seeing most of the gunshot detection technology begin to take place. When you add AI to this, artificial intelligence, you also add what's called ML, machine learning.
Okay.
So when you put the two together, okay, it takes and learns about a sound is, and then the machine learning side of it duplicates that sound, recognizes where that sound came from, and continually operates on the ability of memorizing that.
Okay.
And so then the type of sound, it gets to the point where you can identify even the type of gun that got
Wow.
fired. Okay, so the machine learning side of it goes faster and better than a human could ever recognize. So that's what's going on right now. That's what Wytec Technologies does. We have AI and ML. We've now done 700,000 lab tests to get a 95% accuracy. We're the most accurate gunshot detection in the world. That was built and is still being built today by some of the smartest engineers in the world. Many of these came from companies like Qualcomm. They're all PhDs.
Okay.
So they actually are the ones, and they started developing this for us last year. So the next thing that we've added on, we now have 7 patents, and those 7 patents recognize not only the gunshot detection, now we've added drug sensing technology. Everything's being built around sensors. So drug sensing means we can detect THC on campus and other dangerous drugs.
Just with sensors throughout the school.
That's right.
So the drug sniffing dog might be phased out.
Yeah. We have an AI dog now.
Okay. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And Eric, where do you fit in all this?
And I play a small role.
Oh, I don't think so. No, this guy right here, okay, is a super salesman. And one of the things we needed really bad was the ability to be able to take the product that we have. And he was just on Friday's call with TX Share, okay, and that's by the North Central Texas government. It is a government organization in Dallas. He was on this call, and they're now saying, hey, what can we do to help you get your technology, not only in the schools, but also on the city streets.
Right.
And so he's now organizing that sales force, not just for Texas, but for the United States and even outside the United States. So we're taking that technology everywhere.
Right.
And he's the guy doing this.
Eric, that's next level, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
I
So your
appreciate
skills
that, Bill.
that
Thank
you've
you.
learned throughout your life has brought you to where you're at today, selling this highly advanced sensor and AI technology and to pretty much save people's lives.
Absolutely.
I mean, let's just be real. You're saving people's lives with this
Absolutely.
technology.
Not
Yeah.
just saving lives, educating children. If you can get involved in the education side of children, you can also bring another element besides learning.
Right.
You can bring morals to the table. You can bring responsibility. You can teach them things that they may not have caught. And that really is going to be, I think, the most effective part of being able to solve what we're seeing today in our world.
Right.
And that's, wickedness,
Yeah.
evilness
Yeah.
going on. So we've got a real mission.
Right. It's a game changer.
It's a game changer.
So we've never seen anything like this.
No.
No, sir. No, sir. I think I've been blessed to be able to spot trends in my life. My background is telecommunications, wireless, fiber, internet technology. And then, as you know, I moved into the solar industry, was very, very successful there. Actually produced over $25 million in sales with a team of about 700 agents across the United States, including Puerto Rico. And the solar industry had actually taken a dive, like the real estate industry, the mortgage industry, the automobile industry, because of interest rates going up and people really not being able to, get a loan because interest rates were really high. It was really expensive, right? And so I started diving into artificial intelligence because it's the future. It's already here, right? People think that AI is going to replace them, but I don't think that's the case. I think people that know and learn AI are going to replace the people that don't learn and understand AI. And this opportunity came up with Wytec and Bill for me to build a whole sales organization. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing in great people that have great experience with understanding people with passion, people that want to, be pioneers, like you said. I'm glad you used that word because it's so true. And we're just really excited. We're building a team right here in San Antonio, Texas. Bill Gray is probably one of the most underrated CEOs you could ever meet in your life. He's done so much. His background is in finance, stocks, all that, kind of knowledge, and he's been my mentor on that. And, me joining with the marketing and the sales side of it, it's like what peas and carrots. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no,
like Forrest Gump,
Yeah.
like peas and carrots.
yeah. Heckle and Jekyll.
Heckling,
Peanut butter and jelly. It's the best sandwich ever.
Batman and Robin, whatever. But you
you
guys
go.
make a great team.
Yeah. Oh,
We do. We've been
off
through
the charts. Off the charts.
So let's talk about the humanistic element of Wytec. How did you guys meet, and why is he on your team today? Well, I mean, you kind of alluded to it because
yeah.
he's a great salesman.
Yep.
But where did you find each other?
It's interesting when you start to know people who know people who know people. It eventually gets right back around to you. And so I had an earlier employee that worked for me in a very similar spot that went on to work for another company. And I called him up. We've remained friends since then. So we're very good friends. And I said, hey, I'm looking for somebody that's got some experience in helping me develop a sales force. And he said, I know just the guy. And he introduced me to him.
So I've been watching him on social media for a while. He's a motivator, very innovative guy. He wants people to be high producing. And when I say high producing, it doesn't mean monetary.
Right.
He wants people to make good choices,
Yes.
great decisions, and things like that.
Yep.
I am very intrigued by people like that. I love surrounding myself with
Yep.
people like that.
Yep.
And I know he is very passionate and adamant about that.
Absolutely.
And you guys working together, you being the smart CEO and having this
He's
guy,
pretty smart.
but you put you guys together and you make a dynamic team.
Yeah.
And just imagine I can just imagine all the other team members that you have, because you're not just going to put somebody who doesn't have heart and discipline
Absolutely.
in there.
Yeah. And it's hard for anybody else to even want to work for us unless they join with the passion
Right.
that we have.
Right.
We actually call it, instead of teammates, it's like discipleship.
Okay.
Okay, so we're actually out there building a network of people who
Right.
have a passion to save our children. Okay, educate, not just educate, but also protect them.
Right.
And so that's what's really happening out there right now. One of the things that I wanted to mention this is that, and we both kind of came up with this idea, because children are so attracted to games, okay, and you're seeing AI getting involved in games, we're now looking to start our own online school for teaching children AI and the essence of AI and the good part of AI, because we already got their attention. Games, okay?
Right.
So if we can take that interest level and take it to the next level, we've got their attention. It's very hard to get children's attention. They're so distracted by so many things. So let's dig into where their distraction
Right.
is, be a part of the distraction, but now be a part of good part of the distraction. Teach them something that will take them to that next level.
Right. Wow, that's a game changer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of game-changing things going on within your dynamic and with your company. Let's go back to the saving lives in schools with the gunshot detection.
Right.
So this is just me as an audience member watching the show, just thinking, right? Are there ever false positives And if so, what happens if a gunshot is detected? Do alarms go off? I mean, what can we even get into that, or is that something?
Oh yeah, many things go off.
Okay.
But because you have the benefit of AI and machine learning to this, all of that information, as soon as something happens, many things can happen as far as locks go down on doors.
Okay.
The administration staff is alerted. They're alerted by their phone. In fact, one of the things we're getting ready to do is a demonstration of that. We've got a seminar coming up here. We're going to demonstrate to these people how that actually works on the phone itself.
Okay.
Okay. So, and that's just part of it. We're continually advancing this and advancing it. We're probably the fastest advancer in gunshot detection and really any kind of violence detection, including the drugs of anybody. We know our competition, and our competition doesn't even come close to what we're doing.
I love that. You're confident in your product and in your ability
Very confident.
to help people.
Well, not many have gone through 700,000 lab tests to get to all the way down to a 95% accuracy.
Right. And with you said the drug detection, I'm a big believer that drugs are taking over, and we need to stop it. It's not only happening in schools, but it's there.
Yes.
A lot of deals are getting made in schools. A lot of children are dying, fentanyl. Online, you hear these horror stories of people soliciting kids with candy, and it's really some kind of pill, fentanyl. So that is awesome that you guys are able to detect. Can you detect pills, or is it just like marijuana, cocaine, things like that? Or
currently, we're taking the issue of THC because that's probably the most predominant drug that you'll see on a school campus. So that's starting with that. It's a very complicated sensor technology to be able to do this.
Right.
And so it's something we're cracking into the code. Okay.
Right.
So as we keep developing this, we'll get more dangerous chemicals that'll be detected.
Right.
So that's the whole goal of what we're doing. We're starting with gunshot detection because it's so obvious, and now it's spread so wide.
Yeah. It's a work in progress for everything.
It's a work in progress, and I think our company is just really poised to do extremely well in this.
Right. So are there any schools that you have your technology in right now?
No. In fact, we're just getting ready to bring in the first testing. Okay. So it's pilot test. They call them pilot.
Prototype. It's testing right now.
That's right.
Okay.
And so because of this award we just won, it's a multi-government award. And the award is about bringing our technology and our advanced gunshot detection technology into it, and it'll be in a form of pilot test. It then takes it from there as we show them not only how well that we can actually detect the types of guns, but also taking it to the next level, how accurate it can be.
So you said you won this bid over a lot of different companies. What sets you apart from the other companies?
The fact that we've developed it from scratch, that we own multiple patents, USPTO patents to it. We've had 2 patents beforehand with our small cell, and then we just advanced in with the gunshot detection. And it's also mentioned the drug sensing technology.
Right.
We have the largest law firm in the world that has been able to accomplish these patents for us. It's hard to duplicate what we're doing.
Right.
You would infringe if you even got close to it.
Right.
And so that's the reason why that the TechShare picked us in this award, is because they could see the uniqueness of what we had.
Bill, you got me hooked. I'm very intrigued, very interested in this. Now I'm going to be watching, because it's just something that you kind of look at articles and things like that. And you guys are all over the internet, because I did a little research on you guys.
Right.
You guys are all over the internet with your technologies and your business, very successful. You too have been very successful. Let's kind of get into. I want to know about the leadership development within your team. What's your background? What's as far as education goes? What's your background?
Education, it's psychology,
Okay.
and so which helps, maybe has kept me sane over the last couple of years.
Okay.
But I went into pretty much the technology side of it when I went to work for an investment banker. And as an investment banker, I got really heavy into, in fact, the very first line online investor management team from Bloomberg. I was one of the first Bloomberg testers. And so from there, that kind of took me into the capital market side of this. So all the money that our company's raised, we didn't use a single broker dealer. We were able to do it in-house. So we've raised over $30 million ourselves in-house. Now we're going into the next phase. We just became publicly traded. So now we're taking it to the next level and taking all this technology with us to it.
Right. So you mentioned something about Bloomberg and finance, and we're going to get into stocks here in a bit. Okay. What kind of leader are you, Bill?
I like to think of myself as the leader that is passionate about building disciples. And I see it as that. So when I look to help someone, okay, it's first becoming the server. Okay.
You got to serve them.
You got to serve them. And when you take that mentality, it's recognized not only in humility, but respect. And that's how you get their ear and they listen to you because they know you care. And that's my leadership principle.
Right. You're loyal to them and you give a shit about them.
I protect them.
You protect them and they protect you.
Right.
Because worker bees are people in intermediate positions below the CEO. They want to be respected, like you say. They want to be valued and they want to be they want to know that the people above them have their back.
Bingo.
Once they understand and trust you, they become loyal to you.
That's right.
And they want to come to work and they want to be innovative and creative and they start becoming leaders themselves. When you give them the autonomy to lead, that's when you truly create other leaders and you don't handcuff them or declaw them in any way, shape, or form. You're building disciples and you're building other leaders.
You encourage it. You're the encourager. You're the motivator.
Right.
That's exactly right.
And I'm sure Eric can attest to that.
Absolutely. I think of myself as a leader that wants to lead by example at all times. I would never ask anybody to do anything that I'm not willing to do or haven't done myself. But it is about lifting others up, right? And you know that. You followed me.
You have to.
And I follow you too. And we follow the same principles.
Right.
Lifting other people up. And if there's anything that, I know we have limited time here, but if there's anything I can tell anybody out there, in our local community, or anybody out there listening, if you're not here in San Antonio, you need to take a look at this company, Wytec International. Like Bill said, patents are complete. 700,000 lab tests, right? Currently on the OTC market, on our pathway to NASDAQ. There aren't a lot of companies out there that are in the position that we are in, and we've just been really just missing the sales and marketing piece of it, and that's where I come in. And we're building an amazing team that sees the vision, they see the passion, and Bill and I are leading from the front. And
so what's happened, this is interesting, when he came on board, okay? He came on board literally 30 days after we won this award.
Okay.
The award has a value of over $1 billion.
Okay.
So
That's with a B.
That's with a B. Okay. So this company's in a very unique posture right now and a unique pathway. It's just going fast because obviously look at the story that we have. Look at the field that we're in. We're trying to protect our entire country.
Right.
So we've already been contacted by pretty serious government people.
Okay.
They're waiting on us to get the rest of it out there. So it's pretty interesting.
How amazing is that, Bill? Did you ever think when you first got started that you'd be doing this stuff?
No.
Well, and why did you start this company?
Well, for one, communication.
Okay.
I started when it was 1G.
Okay, yep.
So I've taken the
Flip
path.
phone stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Or before that?
Well, bongo drums don't like. No, that's what my mother gave me when I was young. Took them away very quickly. So, no, the communication. I was very fortunate to really get involved. Think about this. In the first dial-up, and we were talking about, a dial-up communication. And so we were one of the first in the entire country. So we were already kind of in that mode, and I was one of the first that even came out. I was in western Wisconsin. We're the first one to expand across the state of Wisconsin, even on Indian reservations. I mean, it was pretty cool, and got involved in electric co-ops throughout the nation. So there was a lot of things that helped us. We were almost really ahead of the curve. And sometimes being ahead of the curve is a lot harder than being on the curve.
Right, because you're paving the way and you're making the path.
Oh,
So
You're the
you
one that
don't
takes
really
the
know
arrows
where
in the back.
you don't really know where to
tons
go.
of arrows in the back.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it's easier when you already see somebody else doing
Yeah,
it, and you can
yeah,
be like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's a great idea. Let me make it better this way.
Yeah.
But you had no idea.
No, I'm actually the originator.
Trailblazer.
I'm the
Innovator.
trailblazer.
Innovator.
And sometimes you get burned going down that trail.
Right.
And so, but I'm very excited about where I am right now at my age and in this life, because I've been with it now for over 30 years. And so I'm seeing what's happening in our country. It's so evident about what's happening,
Right.
and particularly at the children's level. So I learned one not too long ago on a sign. They had people's names on the sign, and then what that name meant. And I learned that my name, William, stood for the great protector. And that's exactly how I feel about myself, as a protector. And so that just put me right into where we're going right now. Drug sensing technology, gunshot, education, all those things that it's going to take for us to turn this country around, okay, and bring these children to the level that they need to be for the next generation, okay? I'm involved in that. I'm more blessed and proud to be a part of that than looking at any accolades that I may have had in the past.
Right.
So I'm just blessed.
Yep. Accolades are cool, but it starts with team. People like individual awards. We all know that, right? But I love the team concept because I can see the wheels churning and all these different people. Just like in football, I always say the offensive line are the unsung heroes. Without the offensive line, you can't win the game.
That's right.
You can't
Those
throw, you
backs
can't
get
run.
creamed.
Point.
So I love the team concept. We all love the quarterback, right? Running back. But no, the team concept is really what
Absolutely.
makes us go.
Absolutely.
And are you in collaboration with any other technology companies, or is it just you
Yes.
guys?
No.
Because even at that high level,
We've attracted them.
yeah, you have to kind of. I mean, I can't speak on it because I'm not a CEO of a multi-million or billion-dollar company, but I can just see the collaboration is still there. You're still kind of you're helping each other.
We're like a magnet attracting the other technology fronters, and they
Right.
want to be a part of what we're doing. We're already in the site of mergers, acquisitions. That's all happening right now, okay? And it's a result of the passion that we have, the technology that we've developed. They want to be a part of that.
Right.
So the next side of this, the sales side, that's what takes you over the top.
Right, the merger.
That's right.
That's the screwdriver that puts the
That's
puts
right.
the screw in the wood, right?
Absolutely.
So how does that fit in? I mean, you're talking to a lot of other companies, a lot of CEOs, a lot of sales professionals, and things like that. So that makes you better too.
Absolutely.
With building your network, building your connections with other smart people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important for me to make these relationships with people that are in charge of these companies, so that not only I learn about what they're doing, but how can it affect the team, and how can it affect our overall goals. These are some pretty big conversations I'm having. Really, I'm trying to take them over so Bill can go golfing more. We talk about that a lot.
You a pretty good golfer, Bill?
Me and Donald Trump.
There you go. Who would win?
Oh, I think Donald Trump would win.
He's a pretty damn good golfer
Well,
right
he's
here.
older than I am, and I'm ashamed that I could keep up with this guy. No, there's no doubt. And I was pretty decent at golf, but no, I'm ready to. I'm really so passionate about where we're going right now.
Yeah.
It's not work anymore. This is a mission,
Right.
And
Oh,
a mission
man,
is
yeah.
it's also a race, and it's a race all the way to the end. So
Yeah,
you know,
that's
I love
super
that.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's super exciting. Again, everything that Bill has been working on for years now, it's incredible where we are, myself and the team that I've already brought on, the position that we're in for massive growth, massive explosion. Like they talk about, there's a book called The Tipping Point, and it talks about how in the first stages of anything that you're going through that's you're a path, a trailblazer or something, everybody will ridicule you, right? They will they'll think that it's a pipe dream, right? They'll think you're just blowing smoke, but in that phase, you're still trucking, you're still grinding, you're still trying to reach that goal of hitting that massive explosion point, and that's where we are right now. Right. Bill has done so much work these past few years that have put us right here where we can, I don't know, we can do some big changes in the world and even with our own families. So it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah. This also changes the trajectory of your families too.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're watching you guys and the team and everybody they're affiliated with, and they're getting better. They're growing.
Yeah.
So you're not only changing people's lives across the country, you're changing the lives of your own family members.
Absolutely.
That family tree can go several ways.
Yep. It's called legacy.
Legacy. That's the word.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So we talked about stocks earlier, and you guys are dabbling in stocks. How so?
Well, we're publicly traded
Okay.
On the OTC markets. That means we're literally 30 days away from listing on NASDAQ. I went down the NASDAQ trail a couple of years ago. We got approved twice.
Okay.
Unfortunately, our investment banker pulled out on the 11th hour, like many did, because it happened in the time period. In fact, we were scheduled to go list on NASDAQ on February the 15th. And on that previous weekend, Russia invaded Ukraine. It tanked the IPO market. And so we were one of those, unfortunately, that fell with it. 85% of the IPOs were withdrawn. So now NASDAQ knows me very well, and they're inviting me. In fact, they made the suggestion to go down the OTC trail, which we did, got approved, FINRA approved. Now we're ready to go.
You gonna ring that bell?
We're going to ring that bell.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And we can't wait. But what he's doing is bringing a piece together. We finally won a major contract that puts the revenue side of the company up, and you need to have that as a foundation. And then our patents, our technology, now getting ready to unfold into the school districts, the cities, the counties, transportation authorities, police stations. All those are now clients that we don't have to go after and try and pick them up. They're already members waiting for
They're
us.
established.
Yep.
Yep. So what is your little, not
Symbol.
acronym, your symbol?
Yeah. Stock symbol is WYTC.
Okay.
Okay, and it's easy to find. You can see it on NASDAQ or you can see it on the OTC markets.
Can I find it like on Robinhood, Coinbase, stuff like that?
Absolutely. Robinhood, all of those have actually done articles and stuff on us. What we're at right now is called awareness.
Okay.
Okay, and this is why this is important to us. It's getting awareness out there, and the more awareness we get of our cause, okay, and our goals, then the faster this thing's going to grow. And so we've actually scheduled a seminar coming up in San Antonio for April the 24th.
Okay.
And it's going to be pretty cool because we're going to demonstrate the gunshot detection on the phone.
Is it like a public invite, or is it just it's a private thing?
It's a private investor for accredited investors. So
Maybe I can get a staff badge or something to be with you guys. That'll be pretty
absolutely.
cool. Capture some footage or something.
Yes.
That'd
Well,
be
we
cool.
will definitely be a lot. We're going to film everything,
Absolutely.
make
Okay.
it really available for
Yeah.
everybody.
I'm very intrigued, Bill. I want to know about this technology a little bit more in depth, and I know we're we're pushing.
Yep.
But it's prototype phase right now,
Yep.
but it's going to happen.
You're going to grow with us. I believe in you, Johnny. I believe in you and your team. J Rock over there, shout out to him. Y'all are very professional. You know what you're doing, and I like following you. And you're gonna be with us, man, on this journey.
Thank you. I appreciate
This isn't
that.
the last time we're going to be talking.
Right.
And I hope all of our viewers out there can follow with us too, because you can also be a part of this company as well.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Bill?
Help us expand it. Okay. I mean, this is getting the word out, and it's really more about yes, you can do really well with our stock if you get in now, but it's more than that.
Right.
It really is about a mission.
Yeah, it's saving people's lives and bringing awareness, educating.
Yes.
There's just so many levels. You can probably sit here and get 10 to 20 different
Yeah.
bullet points of what, no pun intended,
Yeah.
but of,
Exactly.
of
That's good. That was
points,
good.
Yep.
right?
Yeah, no doubt. And, I mean,
Of what your company brings to the table.
Yep.
When you ask, Bill, what do you bring to the table? You're going to say, man, I can save lives.
Yeah.
I bring awareness. I build relationships.
How much
I build
time do
teams.
you have?
Right, right. And we, like I said, I love when people surround themselves with giants in different industries The opportunities are there.
Yeah.
You just got to know them and take them.
Right.
Because I harp on this all the time. Everybody wakes up with the same breath of air, right? But the decisions you make in a day, in a month, in a year, the people you surround yourself with are going to make or break you.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
Yeah, the choices, the decisions you make. It's like eating that. It's like eating McDonald's every day, right? You're not going to see.
You're going to get full.
You're going to get full,
But-
but it's over time that it starts to affect your health.
Right.
But you don't worry about those times, right? You just go down that wrong path. But if you chose a healthier path, a better path, but people don't want to see that. They don't want to be in those times. They just want to be when it's already good. No, you
Right.
gotta start making daily choices, the right choices every single day, and we're doing a better job at that ourselves.
We are. We're getting better and better at this, and so we're real excited about where we're headed with this. You know, you made a good comment there. We only have so many breaths in life, right? When we get up, we only have so many, and it's what you do with that breath of life.
Yeah.
Okay, that counts.
You can play victim. You can say, woe is me. Or you can be the victor
Yeah.
and win.
Yeah.
And we love winning.
That's
and
right.
when we win, others win. Because
right.
if I don't have the ability to win, then I can't help others. How in the hell can I help others, Bill?
Yeah.
If I'm not winning myself.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And so surround yourself with great teams, with great winners, and the rest will be all right.
Yep.
And you guys are doing damn good. I'm proud to have you guys on here today. I've learned a lot,
Thank you.
Been
and I'm going to
fun.
continue to learn some stuff about
Yeah.
Wytec International.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
Every day is something happening with us.
one of the great things I love about having a podcast, and you've done little seminars and things, is not only the ability to build relationships, but build meaningful relationships, build the credibility, and on camera. I've never met you before in my life, Bill.
Right.
But we're on camera live here in this studio, and we're building a relationship in real time on camera,
Right.
right? I'm showing you that I can maybe host a show or two, and I'm intrigued, and I have some value. You're showing me you have a hell of a lot of value.
Yeah.
This man has a lot of value.
Thank you.
And we encourage people to watch. We have badass people coming on here, innovative, creative, trailblazers, pioneers, leaders, all those types of things.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that you're a leader, innovator, whatever, you're wrong. Everybody has the potential to lead. Everybody has the potential to go into great situations or
Right.
scenarios. So I can beat that drum all day.
Becomes a choice.
But thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm honored to have you here, and I want to have you
Same
guys
here.
on a
Same here.
recurring
Let's do it.
podcast because we need to know
Yeah.
what happens next,
Right.
what happens after April,
Right.
Yeah.
and what's going to be the next technological
That's right.
advancement that your company is making, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to make that proposal today. Let's do this again.
Yeah.
To
Count
have
on it.
maybe at least once a quarter, maybe every month, 2 months, whatever.
Count
But
on it.
I think people want to know what you guys are doing because
Love
this
to
is a
have-
behind the scenes look.
Yeah.
Love to have you at our seminar.
Yeah, because we can see you, Bill. We can see your website and all these. It's to some might be a bunch of mumbo jumbo, whatever. But I like talking to you because we can put it in layman's terms,
Right.
and to really, because they can read that stuff and be like, okay, gunshot detection. Okay, what does that mean? No, it saves lives. We just said that, and all these other things, and that's what I love about doing the podcast too. We educate, inspire, motivate. We sometimes influence. And sometimes we can be funny. It depends on the guest and things like that. But this is a very serious topic, and it's worldwide impact.
Right.
Okay, because it's international, Wytec International.
Right.
So we want to save America, but also we want to save the world
That's right.
if we can, because
Absolutely.
there's violence all over the world
Absolutely.
today.
We've got great opportunity to spread the news all around the world.
Yeah, and I want to take this opportunity to tell people out there to get outside of their comfort zone and learn about artificial intelligence, learn about machine learning. The artificial intelligence sensor market is supposed to hit $100 billion by 2030. These are the kind of decisions you can make for your family now to pay years down the road, right? A lot of people stop learning after high school. They stop trying to develop themselves after college. Life is an ongoing learning process, and you're only worth as much as you know. That's it. You're only worth as much as you know. And if you stop learning, if you stop developing, well, everything else stops, right? So I just want to challenge everybody to take a good look at at what we're doing. Take a good look at artificial intelligence, and we're going to be offering the community free classes. It's going to be amazing. We're doing some big stuff. And
Targeted to
I'm
kids.
excited. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Okay, because we want to catch them at an early enough, because they're just now, these kids probably know more about AI than most
Oh, yeah.
adults.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Coding.
They know that
Yep.
it's going into games. They know it's going into this. But how about the good side of AI?
Right.
What's going on the other side of a game is real life.
Right.
Yep.
Gentlemen, it's been a blast, been a pleasure.
I got a question
So,
real quick.
Go ahead, J-Rock.
J-Rock.
So, guys, I have a friend that is working for HEB, and they just told me that they invested in this like security type system to where, like, if there is an active shooter or something's happening in that area, they have like these like garages that will cover the windows, and then these lights shine on the ground and tell you which way to go. Is this kind of similar to that, or is that kind of like you're advancing this? Like, how does that kind of combine what you're doing?
All of that. In fact, all that's going to combine. Okay, you're going to see an emergence of all these technologies begin to help each other, and so that's the reason why you see joint ventures occurring. Because somebody has advanced one side of the gunshot detection technology, another one, us, okay? So we do know that, at least from the patents that we've developed, ours is unique, okay? And so it's going to be different than what else other people do. But we're also talking to companies that already own gunshot detection that want to partner with us. Why? To improve their own gunshot detection. So ours is all software-based. So we're able to integrate that into anybody's hardware.
Wow, that's awesome.
Nokia, Samsung, every single one out there that is developing gunshot detection from a hardware perspective. We're developing the brain power.
Could it get even as far as to like, let's say you're at an event and your phone hears this? Is it getting that far as well to understand, like, holy crap?
Absolutely. That's part of the testing we're getting ready. We're going to show a demonstration of how everybody's
that's
phone
awesome.
goes off. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Imagine-
alerts them with pertinent information in any event that's out there, whether it's a school,
crazy.
whether it's an event in a stadium, wherever it's at. Okay. That's where the next direction goes. And you need something pretty powerful like AI to make that happen. And so that's what we're doing. We're developing that kind of brain power.
What's crazy, Bill, is you're describing this, and I'm picturing inside of a stadium, a school, an event.
Yes.
So within the proximity of wherever you're at, that's
Within
And-
60
and
seconds.
That's where the small cell technology, that means those small cells. And what we're doing is we built now we do have a hardware device. It's called the LPN16. It's on our website. We've done testing on it. We're literally showing 6G speeds demonstrated on our website. So you will see something like that. But that's also what's necessary to get outside the event. It'll be hanging on a utility pole. It'll be hanging on the edge of a building. So it widens the area of the gunshot protection.
Imagine, and tell HEB, hey, you know what? If you want to know where a shooter is within 60 seconds, you'll know if it's an assault rifle or 40 different types of pistols.
Or a backfire on a car.
Like,
Yeah.
This is something that's huge. It's huge, and every company needs
We've
it.
tested, with 700,000 tests, we've tested just about every kind of noise that's similar to a gunshot that you can detect. So we've done extreme, and we'll keep testing so that we know the make of the gun that went off, who owned it. I mean, this is going to
isn't-
get down to
even
that.
who owned it.
That's right.
Wow.
This
That's
is
where-
insane. You've been seeing on social media these clubs and these bars having shots fired.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's
Even with the
happening-
music playing.
It can happen anywhere.
Absolutely.
It can happen. You got open carry now. I mean, people.
You see, the sensors that go on AI are like ears, okay? And so those ears can tune out all the rest of the other noises and focus only on that one particular noise and detect what it is. So that's where AI is going. It's advancing the ability of the human being to have multiple thoughts going off simultaneously within milliseconds.
For the audience, maybe, and for me, kind of like when you say, hey, Google, right? My phone just came up, so you just. But
Right,
it's
Alexa.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Or Alexa.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's always listening. And we always get into that, oh,
Yeah.
man, they're listening to what I say
Yeah.
and everything. But
Exactly.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's no way. I mean, is there a way around it? Sure. Don't be on a cell phone.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the way around it.
That's it.
But you just have to live with the fact that there's always going to be gunshot detection now. There's always going to be the Google, the Alexa. I mean, people are listening to
Absolutely.
you. Don't do dumb shit. And then you won't have to worry about people
Exactly.
listening
Yeah. Because we're going to find out.
to you. Right.
Yeah.
But hey, J-Rock, that was a great question. And that peeled back the onion on some other things
Yep.
too. But like I said, we want to have you on again.
Yeah.
We love it.
Do part
Yeah.
2, and we'll have some new updated information, and then we can go from there and just keep changing the world.
Love it.
I love that, and
That's great.
we are proud to be part of this today.
So are we.
You are the first part of it. So this is something that we just started.
This is the awareness portion.
Yeah. This is the awareness. Exactly.
The education portion,
Yep. Yep.
and the humanistic side,
Yep.
where you can see who is behind
Right.
the scenes, who is the smart people behind the scenes making this stuff happen. So, Bill and Eric, thank you. So, besides here in our studio today, where can we find you guys?
You can find us wytecintl.com.
Okay.
Okay. And pretty much same thing with our symbol, WYTC. Okay. You can find our symbol on. And you can look, NASDAQ will show it, OTC will show it, but we're listed currently on OTC markets.
Very nice. Social media, anything like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We just got all of our links up: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Wytec International, WYTEC International.
INTL.
INTL.
.com.
I love it.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, happy Tuesday.
Thank
Keep
you.
on winning. Get out
Let's
there
do it.
and keep changing the game. And I know this is just a stepping stone in what you're doing. I know you have other things that we haven't even talked about on the show,
Right.
but you have a lot of things brewing, a lot of things that are gonna help people
Yes.
and solve a lot of problems.
Exactly. And we're excited to do that. We're privileged to do it.
It's your mission and it's your obligation.
It's our mission. And
If you-
obligation is a very good word for us. You got it.
If you have the ability to help others, it is your obligation
right.
to do it.
That's right.
You don't want to see people suffering with loss, with children dying in schools like that. If you have a team, it's your obligation, Bill.
If you were
help
given a
them.
gift, then you're obligated to use that gift.
Yep. I wholeheartedly believe that. I preach that every single day. So, gentlemen, thank you. J-Rock, thanks for
Thank
producing this
you.
podcast. J-Rock is a world-renowned producer. That guy is on the next level as well.
Thank you, J-Rock.
So, J-Rock, thank you. And for those of you watching, you can find us on socialplugmedia.net. You can find us on all the socials. And, you are now unplugged for the Social Plug Podcast, where we connect you to level up. And we'll see you next time.
I like that.
Thanks.